Good morning, it's Saturday the 27th of January. Where has January gone? It's just flown by so quickly. I've just popped down and I'm in the polytunnel at the moment, just checking up on things. There's not a huge deal to do on the plots at the moment. Most of the work at this time of year is done at home. So I'm just going to have a quick look at the onions and the brassicas to see how they're getting on. The Ayrshire Craig that I sowed directly into the modules are doing really well. I think next year that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to sow direct into the modules. I'm not going to bother putting them into the small trays and pricking them out, because these, although were sown a week later than the ones that I did in the Super 7, they're a lot more advanced than the ones in the Super 7. I think it's because I've had to transplant them. They also look a little bit healthier, a little bit more upright, and you'll see the difference when I go into the greenhouse to have a look at the onions that are transplanted. As you can see, these are the onions that are transplanted from the Super 7 into the cells, and although they're doing fine, they don't seem to be standing up as well as the others. They're all a little bit dripped over, and they've been in here now for 5 or 6 days. And again, you can see the difference here. These are the Utah Giants. Again, they're standing upright. The stems seem to be a little bit thicker. Same on the Bedfordshire Champion, although the germination's not brilliant. They do seem to be a little bit more upright, and you can really see it here. That's the Utah Jumbo that were pricked out and potted on. And they're the ones that have not been moved, they've just been grown in the trays. So I think next year that's going to be the route I'm going to take. I've sown all the chillies at home on the heated propagator from the seed packets, but I did want to try some saved seed. Unfortunately, the seeds that I saved got moved and I wasn't able to find them. I think they've been thrown away. But when I was cleaning out the greenhouse earlier today, I found a Bishop's Crown chilli that had just been left on the floor, and the seeds were still intact. So all I've done is I've just filled up this tray with some compost, put a lid over it, put a few more there. So that chilli has just been left on the ground since I took the plants down, probably for about 3 months now. So it'll be interesting to see if I get any germination from it. I've put it into the small greenhouse inside the greenhouse. It's currently 18 degrees, which is around about 66 Fahrenheit. So if the weather stays the way it is, they should germinate in a week or so, hopefully. It'll just be an interesting little experiment to see what the difference is. So I came up last night around about 5 o'clock, just as the sun was beginning to set, and as I was having a little bit of a mooch around in here, I noticed that this was pretty much the only area on the allotment that was still getting the sunlight just before it set. So being as we want to maximise the amount of sunlight that we're getting for all of our plants at this time of year, I've just moved the leeks and the brassicas up into this greenhouse for the time being, just so they can get every last little bit of sunlight that they possibly can at this time of year, and hopefully they'll grow on and turn into healthy young plants ready to transplant outside as soon as the weather picks up. They're all very hardy plants, so they won't mind it being a little bit cool. And to be honest, once the sun gets going in here, it does warm up quite nicely. It's probably around about 20 degrees in here at the moment. So I'm just making the best use I can of the area that I've got available, and I've noticed that a couple of the seeds that I popped in have germinated. The cabbage seems to be doing a lot better than the cauliflower, but time will tell. And the leeks are coming on really strong, so hopefully I should get a decent crop of leeks this year, because the last couple of years have been affected by allium leaf miner. So this year I've got the EnviroMesh, and I'm just going to put them in, and hopefully I should get some nice leeks at the end of the season. Right, I'm just going to pop home now, and we can have a look how the chillies are getting on. So I'm back at home now, and we're just going to have a quick look over and see how the chillies are getting on. I've had good germination on some and nothing on others, so let's just have a quick look. I've had full germination on the Scotch bonnet. All 6 plants have come through. Nothing on the cayenne as yet, but hopefully they should be through soon. Poblano, I had 2 out of 4. All the Bishop's Crown have come through. I only had 3 seeds for those, so I was only going to get 3 plants. Hot lemon, same again, I only had 3 seeds. Nothing for the chocolate habanero, although I think you might just be the start of the first one popping through there. Machu Picchu, 3 out of 4. Nothing for the slow burn. Nothing for the spangles. And the Havana Gold are just starting to come through. I think for all the types that I grew last year, the Havana Gold, the Scotch Bonnet and the Bishop's Crown were the best tasting 3, which is why I'm growing a few more of those again this year. So that's the end of this week's video. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next week. Thanks a lot and goodbye.